Everybody, this is Professor Suarez bringing you Exam 1 review. So I'm going to breeze through this as quickly as I can so that way you guys can go ahead and get an A on that exam. So let's go ahead and get started. So Chapter 1, it's going to highlight personal finance, right? Obviously. So the general definition of personal finance according to the book is personal finance is not simply budgeting. It is a process by which we manage our limited time and resources to maximize the potential outcomes and achieve personal economic satisfaction. So make sure that you guys remember that. Consumer Price Index refers to measurements in the changes in price for a basket of goods, and this is usually a good indicator for inflation. And if you remember, inflation is really the change in the value of money, right? Inflation reduces the buying power of money in reality, right? And the people who tend to benefit from inflation are borrowers and foreign markets, people who are coming in, tourists who could get more bang for their buck if the money's inflated, right? But just remember that inflation reduces buying power for borrowers. Inflation reduces buying power, and borrowers benefit mostly from inflation. So rule number 72 refers to how long it would take something to double. So if you have an interest rate of 6%, for example, you would divide that into 72, and that would tell you that it would take 12 years for it to double in value with an annual percentage yield of 6%. Then you have the financial plan. Remember the steps of a financial plan, right? So you have determine the current situation, develop your financial goals, identify alternative courses of actions, evaluate alternatives, create and implement a financial plan, review and revise. And this is actually the order of the financial plan, so knowing the order and what way they go. But it's pretty obvious. I mean, we've been going over it in the past couple weeks, so it shouldn't be something too hard to remember, right? The time value of money, right? So the time value of money refers to how money in the present is more valuable than money in the future, and that is priced out through interest. So pretty much time value of money refers to the interest earned on it, or the interest earned on money. And then opportunity cost refers to what's given up when a decision is made, what money or what time is given up when you make a decision versus what you could have gotten out of the other decision that you chose not to do. That's opportunity cost. And taking that into consideration really helps you to make the right decisions financially. Chapter 2, we get into ideas such as money management, which is the day-to-day financial activities necessary to manage current personal economic resources while working toward long-term financial security. Storing personal financial records, creating personal financial statements, and creating a budget are all components of money management. There's two statements you want to take into account. There's the balance sheet, which tells you your current position as far as assets and liabilities. Then you have your cash flow statement, which gives you a breakdown of income and expenses, right? The way you want to separate it, right? Like I said before, the balance sheet is a financial statement that reports an individual, an entity, or even a company, right? Or what a family owes and owns, right? It gives you like the exact position in the present. Whereas a cash flow gives you your net worth, or the difference between your total assets and your total liabilities. Excuse me. Cash flow is the actual inflow and outflow of cash during the given time period. So that's, like I said before, income and expense. So two important ratios to take into account: current ratio, which gives you the which tells you how solvent you are with your current liabilities. So that's actually your liquid assets divided by current liabilities, which just means how many times over with the money you have can you pay all your current debt, right? And then your debt ratio is your liabilities over your net worth. How much is your assets worth after taking into account your debt, right? Then we get into chapter 4. We get into the types of financial services. So you have saving services, payment services, borrowing services, and then other financial services could include something, for example, like a trust, right? Then you have credit cards. We talk a little bit about that. We talk more about that in the classroom, but a little bit about that in the textbook. Know how credit cards affect your balance. That's important. Know what payday loans are and how they're horrible because they charge ridiculous amounts of interest rates, right? Know how much FDIC insurance covers you for your accounts, for your checking account, savings account, what institutions are covered by FDIC insurance. The amount is $250,000, right? That's an important key aspect to remember. Respect to savings accounts, know that they're FDIC insured, know what APY means, it's annual percentage yield, know that that's the annual rate of return with respect to interest, and most interest is presented with its accruement being annual versus like monthly or daily, so that's an important thing to remember. Know about the different kinds of loans and where you could get it. There's auto loans, credit cards. Financing is also a term used when they want to loan you money for a product, to buy a product. Know what a mortgage company is. Most mortgage companies offer a low competitive rate with regards to buying homes. And this is a quick and brief review. I wanted to, breeze through it just to kind of give you a general idea of what's going to be on the exam, and hopefully it'll help you out. It's a pretty quick exam, 50 questions, about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes per question. So you want to knock it out the park as soon as possible. All right, guys? So good luck. If you have any questions, again, this is Professor Suarez. You can always hit me up at my email or contact me by phone. So you guys take care.